Look at me in a bob. I'm into this. Even if you did read it.
Yeah, because I look better.
Oof. This is probably the messiest I've ever started a video off. Just got out the shower, and then I've been gluing my eyebrows down while I've been getting everything together, because it takes a few layers of glue to kind of get it good. Yes, hello, hi. What do we think? I bought a halogen lamp the other day, but I really like this warm light it gives. Real professional. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, so it is currently 20 to 9 at night. Got up at 7 in the morning. 7:30. I'm going to probably be out till 7 in the morning again. So it's going to be a big 24-hour day. I'm not working tonight, but we're going out. Me and a bunch of the queens from heaven. We're going to go out. A lot of the queens I work with, they're so young, or have been doing it for such a little time and yet so good. I've been doing drag since 2012. Yeah, things were different back then. But I mean, I wasn't good for about 3 or 4 years. Even though it wasn't as accessible back then and it was harder to get into. It's not really an excuse though, is it? And the theme of the night is going to be like a pop of colour. I'm really excited because I'm wearing a bob. Neon green, bright bob. One that fits all kind of makeup look this is going to be. It's going to be very neutral, bronzy glam. Without further ado, let's get started. As I've been talking, you can see the purple glue on my eyebrows has dried down. So I'm going to do the third layer of glue, and it's around the third layer is when I also like to go over that with powder. So let's see what happens. I really like how I look with the higher brows on. It's a little bit more effort and it's a lot harder to take off. It really just brings my face up and really elevates it and lifts it up, and not that I have the lowest brows, but you know, just gives me that little bit more eye room. The final, hopefully, layer of glue is drying. I am going to get some powder on a puff and really push it in there, and that's, I think, the key to really flattening your brow cover. While it's wet, just, you know, press in like that really hard, so then you can start putting makeup over the top of it. Not that I mind a bit of texture, because it's no secret that we have eyebrows here, but the better cover, the better. And Harlot, who's coming out tonight, she might come around because she's probably going to be ready before me, and she's really good at brow cover. So I feel like every time I see her, I have to try and step my brow cover up and be really good at it. Okay, so now that I look like I have a crazy brow bone, let's start the face. This one. I basically use this as a moisturiser because, not gonna lie, I don't always moisturise my face. I'm going to do some very mild colour correcting with basically this Crown Paint Stick in the shade 2W. It's a little bit warmer than I'm used to, so I'm just going to put that anywhere where we might have blue tones. And I'm also going to use this to spot conceal. Even though we're going to be putting a lot of makeup on this face, I'm going to spot conceal first. I like to pretend that it helps. Also, the brow cover is going to come up blue, so they're gone. And I'm going to take the white Crown Paint Stick 070, anywhere that I want to highlight. I like to go pretty dramatic with this. I intend to put a layer of foundation over all this crazy contour just to kind of mellow it out, but then I just like the drama. Just blend this slightly. See what that did there? Oh, just enough to kind of blur the edges. So I'm really highlighting this bit in between the eyebrows because that's where there's quite a dip, which suggests a strong brow bone. So I like to bring that out and really, you know, makes your nose look cute from the front as well. And now it's time for my normal colour, which is the 1W paint stick. So I also took this onto the neck slightly. So before I blend this, I'm also going to throw down some contour. So I like to take this ridiculously dark concealer, ridiculous for me anyway, in the uppermost portions of my forehead, which is where the hairline just left. It just walked out. Blend it down, and this is going to become our forehead contour. Some cheap foundation brush, and just pull it around. Crazy. I look absolutely insane. But that is good. There is still a chance we may go all over all of this with a thin layer of foundation. So don't worry if it is too harsh. To be fair, I do a really strong nose contour. I think I've been noticing lately that sometimes it's too strong. Contours can sometimes, not like that less is more. Sometimes if you over contour something, it no longer becomes an illusion and it's just like, oh, that person's got a lot of brown on their nose. Now I can see the actual nose underneath it. I've noticed that when I overdraw my lips, if I make my lips huge, it's no longer an illusion, but it's more just very overdrawn lips. If you want things to actually look more convincing and actually more naturally big, you embiggen them, but not too much. And I'm thinking that might be the vibe I want to go for today. I want to look fishy. I want to look like a woman, but like a drag queen woman. Like, there's no real point doing this whole lip contour thing, because that's why the lip line's probably going to go over that. But it's just nice to kind of suggest it at this early stage. And then the jaw is the usual deal, a lot from ear to the chin. That's really weird. I've highlighted here. So now this, it almost looks like a shadow effect. It makes it look like I've got a double chin. I haven't, because look. It's all gone, but ooh, a weird illusion. Pull that down and blend it around. And I want to pull this one quite a ways down. And then we've got to do it all again in powder, so this is far from final, don't worry. Give ourselves a tiny little chin. I essentially look like I'm drawing a beard on with contour, which is counterproductive. But yeah, the really darkened lower half at least. Then it has this look of going like from this to this, which is ideal. And then the cheeks, we could do a little bit on the cheeks, not too much though, because I don't like too much. Just a little bit of shading. I don't like nor need it, but I suppose it'll fit the fierce aesthetic we're going for. And then I don't like to do the dramatic cut here. I do kind of like to have it very blended. Now we're looking very gaunt, but we're going to fix this with concealers and stuff. I'm going to take a foundation brush, but before I put it on my face, I'm going to load my face up with foundation. Some of the Maybelline Superstay, which is quite thick. A little bit of this concealer. It's a nice colour, it's got a slight warm tone to it. And then this e.l.f. foundation, because this one is really thin. And then, just because I'm feeling like mixing all sorts of stuff together, I am also going to take this Revolution Pro full cover camouflage foundation in the shade F1, which is quite a little bit paler than me. So now I've got 4 things on my hand, and they'll all mix to make the perfect colour, I guess. Mix it all in with dabs though, so I don't mix it all into my actual hand. And then I'm going to first place this between the contour and the midtones, and then slowly bring it onto the rest of the face as well. And also around the back of the neck, because I am wearing a bob, so my neck will be on show. And then at this stage, with the brush that has foundation on it, I can also go over the contour and start to like merge that with everything. Look at that, I didn't think these foundations were that thick, but oh. So you see I'm just going in like little spiral motions. And it's not completely eliminating the contour, it's putting it, it's still there, but it's mellowing it down into kind of like an underlayer. Much more subtle. It's still noticeable, it's still there. And if anything, I think it goes a nicer colour. It goes a much more realistic shadow colour. And then I'm not going to try and rub so much over the eyebrow cover because I don't want to disturb the brow cover. So I am just going to tap over those, soften up the edges of the nose contour, and then also just the nose contour itself. And I'm not going onto my cheekbones yet because that's got pure white on it. So if I take this brush over the white, it's just going to eliminate the white with whatever colour's on the brush. Really like highlight with what's on the blender anyway. Upper lip and jowl area to stop the contour looking like it comes so far in. So I don't want the contour to come all the way in here. So I'm going to take the light colour and just stop it. So then the contour ends instead of here, out here. I'm also going to use this sponge and just go over the brow cover again. Okay. So there's the first layer of like cream and everything done. So now what I'm going to do is actually we're going to bring the contours back just ever so slightly. I'm going to take the brush, nothing on it, and I'm just going to go over the most contoured bits, and then you can see the contour because it's already underneath there. It's really easy to bring back out, and then that's just really whittled down this corner. And then quickly before I do powder, I'm going to reinforce the highlights again. So I'm going to take my white and just put that just back there, and look at that. It was already white under our eyes, but since the blend, it's kind of gone down a bit, so we've got to bring it back. Not going to put it down my nose because that'll make my nose highlight later on more impactful if my nose isn't super bright. And you see when I highlight the cheek, I like to bring it really into the nose to really sell the illusion that my nose starts here. Okay, and now I think we're ready for powder. Because I like a light pressed powder under my eyes anyway to set these highlights. And I usually use this one by Collection, but this one is white. I'm going to set that under the eyes, and I'm going to be quite heavy-handed with it because it's going to bake. It's going to catch the fallout of my eyeshadow. I don't really want it to go under my eyes because it's just going to create a lot of ugly creasing. Because a lot of my makeup techniques, I feel like you can tone down and bring into your normal routine. Between my eyebrows, on the eyebrows, a little bit down the nose, and the chin, and then maybe the jaw situation like that. Just a little bit. And then I'm going to just flip this on the other side and use my usual powder. And that's going to go just outside of all the other highlights, and even, in some cases, maybe even on top of it. This is a Max Factor Cream Puff Pressed Powder. Smells lovely. Much darker than what I'm used to, so I'm going to put this in, first of all, in the contour areas. Almost, I'm treating this more, I guess, like a bronzer, because this is quite warm, whereas you want your contours to be dark. Also going to fold it, just press it on the side of my nose. Go under my jaw, and start to bring that down my neck. And then, before we blend all of this together into one, I'm going to take my even darker powder. This is Anyway Pro Base Full Coverage Matte Pressed Powder in shade 190. And this is what I use to do my contour with. Using just a big angled brush. I assume this is a contouring brush. And you see there, it is as dark as what I used for my green contour. So I'm going to put that in the corners of my face. So then when, you darken the outside of your face, it brings all the attention in here. Up and down my nose. Focusing mainly on the tip, which is pet peeve of mine that a lot of people who contour their nose don't do the tip. And I like to shorten my nose, so I like to bring the contour up just a little bit. So now it's time to dust it all away, except for what's under my eyes. You can see the forehead, it goes from like light to dark, and it really gives the illusion of like a circle, like a sphere. So I'm going to do my usual eye look, which is very like a wing. So I'm going to start off the eyes by sketching out the basic shape of the liner first. This is where basically I draw on the blueprint for the eye. So it's like my eye, instead of starting here, my eye's going to start here, and I'm going to pull it out so it ends about here. And then connect those corners. This is just a kind of rough job because we are going to then do our eyeshadow, and obviously the eyeshadow is going to cover the black eyeliner. I'm going to bring this onto the eye. I don't want to cover my eyelid too much. I guess that is the shape. So I don't like that it looks like it dips in here. This is just because of my brow bone. But I'm thinking I'm going to take black eyeshadow and really just blend that bit in. So this bit's probably going to go black anyway, so I don't really need to make my eyeliner that much bigger. So now this is a starting point. So now we can get on with drawing on and shadowing some eyes. So you can see there's already, like, from my nose contour, there's already like a new eyelid being suggested. So I think I'm going to kind of carry on with that shape. So I'm going to look in this palette, and it's by Technic. It is called, I don't know if it has a name. Kind of go in this arch shape, and this is going to draw on our new eyelid. And then I'm trying to keep it lifted so our eyes look very big. Blend it out and smudge it a bit. You don't want to go too hard over the eyebrow texture because you'll just disturb the eyebrows. So say at this point I will take this slightly darker colour on the outer end of the crease. Let them meet each other and see what they think of each other. Fully aware that this bit's probably going to be black. Also going to bring it onto the lid space, just so everything is just kind of having a nice blended colour story moment. And the eyeliner's dried at this point, and since I know this isn't the final eyeliner, I don't mind going over it. With whatever's on the brush, just really pull it out and echo the shape of the eyeliner, almost so it looks like our bone structure is in this winged liner shape. This colour, which seems to be like in between the two, but a bit warmer, and I'm going to go under my eye with that, starting off the outer part. I think it really helps as well if you've got like wrinkly under eyes or baggy eyes, or if you happen to bake and you've just made under your eyes look worse, because that's what baking does. Then just go over it all with a nice dark shadow and it'll hide everything. Reddish colour, it's like a bit warmer. Go back, I'm going to go over all that with this. And then I think my eyes still look really far apart like this, so I'm going to bring it in. I'm going to take this MUA palette. How many palettes can I have that are all just warm colours? Okay, then I'm going to take this Revolution Iconic Pro palette, which is a lot less warmer. And this has a really nice brown shade here. Do I want a smaller brush? Draw a line on, bring this all the way in. So it just basically skims along the whole of the crease. Kind of like I'm underlining it or something. Go along the eyeliner with it and pull that in. So this is helping us blend in our eyeliner into our eyeshadow. So you see I still got that dip, so I'm just kind of going to go across the dip. Okay, and then I'm going to take this pizza palette. And this has a colour olive, which I think is an even darker brown, almost a black, basically black. What I am going to do now is, oh wow, okay. And then re-highlight the lid. So first I'm going to start off with this colour Primo. This colour Primo. It's doing a little something. I'm going to dip into this white one, which is Mozzarella. Firstly, I'm going to highlight the brow bone with this. Oh, wait, and I like to bring this in because if my eyebrows are going to be here, I don't want the inner eyebrow and the eyeshadow to be completely touching. I like a little bit of lightness because then it doesn't make you look like you're frowning. Though my eyebrows are going to start off quite low because it just looks more natural. Cut the crease with it, with a white shadow. So then before I do the eyeliner, I'm going to take this glitter palette. This is by Technic. And I'm going to just lick my finger. I'm going to dip into this kind of nice iridescent colour here. Mostly in the middle. And I think that's just going to add a really nice little something. It's kind of iridescent, but it's also a mixture of all the colours. So there's a bunch of colours in this, which I guess somehow makes it look iridescent or white. And again, since we're going to be going over our eyeliner, it doesn't matter that this gets all there. So then I'm going to take this tiny little lip brush and a white concealer and just quickly do my inner corner flicks. But see, because this is the only bit of white on my face now, it really stands out. Finally, let's get on with this eyeliner. Been threatening to do it all this time. Ooh, L'Oreal. Since when did I have L'Oreal? That's fancy for me. And I'm going to go over the suggested liner that we did with this felt tip. So this one, it's got a kind of squared off end. I assume I've took it out and flipped it around. Because you can do that with most nibs of eyeliners. You can take the nib out, flip it around and put it back in. You got more eyeliner? There we go. Make that a nice straight line. All that brown shadow and everything, it looked so there at first, and now that there's a black there, it's all just so subtle now. It's my good eye. If I close it, everything's blurry. I can't see what I'm doing, so I'm really mostly operating off touch and feel. Now you see, I tend to avoid doing that where you lift your eye, then draw the makeup and then flatten it because, well, if you're going to let it sag and then your makeup's just going to go down, just draw over the sag, over the unstretched face, and draw on what you want on top of that. Oh, it's just looking even better. But your face isn't always like this. It's like this. Oh, that does look nice though. I wish I taped my face, but... Ugh. Also by Technic. I didn't realise I used so much Technic makeup. So I'm going to start off with this eye because there is advice going around apparently that you should always do your hardest eye first. I'm going to do a little lower flick. And then I'm going to dip back in and draw on some lower lash details. Just very subtle. Well, not subtle, but you know. I'm really happy with these eyes. These are really nice. Okay, now I will do eyebrows. Start off here in a bit, and then just see where my hairs start growing, and then just kind of angle up from there. It looks like I've got a kind of wrinkly forehead here, but it's just the glue. I don't really have any advice for drawing on eyebrows. Sorry. I just kind of draw it and see what looks right. And I think that looks right. Ooh. Oh, I don't know what's going on here. It's all smudgy and gross. I don't know if it's because I've got this heater on and the pencil's melting, or if the glue's melted for some reason. Oh my god, it's like the glue's totally coming off. Right, I'm gonna set this again with powder. Okay, I think that's helped. But what on earth was that? Ruined my good brow cover day. I always wear my hair parted on this side and it usually covers this eyebrow. It's like the pencil's just going straight through to the glue. Why? That is a bad eyebrow. This is a bad eyebrow. Hopefully this can just fill in all the problem bits. What on earth? It feels like I'm using a makeup wipe as an eyebrow pencil and it's just taking everything off. I mean, luckily I'm making sure that the texture is only where I'm drawing an eyebrow, so it might end up looking like eyebrow hair texture, but still. Okay, I think that is the best I'm going to get this brow to look, and to be fair, this one looks nice. I mean, maybe it's the heater, maybe it's I shouldn't have a heater. And I just like to take this black and just kind of go in toward the end, because it really helps exaggerate that ombre. So I will clean up these brows with a white concealer. Nice and crisp. Okay, so it's the fun part now. Time to dust off the excess. Let's see how much more subtle we look. Now this is quite a white powder, so it doesn't really dust away completely, but there we go. Oh. So I'm going to take this palette. I have a lot of warm palettes. Jump. And it's a perfect blush colour. See if I like the colour. Yes, I do. Bring it down more onto my cheek. I can't believe I used to be against blush. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of it, and I looked fine without it, but that's just cute, isn't it? Mascara. And a little bit on the lower lashes too. But I'll do highlighter, then lips, then lashes. Yeah. Vivid Baked Highlighter, Peach Lights. Lovely. I was just thinking the other day, how come, like, and I don't do makeup as much as some beauty YouTubers. Why does every single, like, beauty makeup YouTuber have a heart attack every time they put on highlighter? They're always like, oh yes. Like they've never seen highlighter before, and I'm just getting really over it. It's like people aren't even that amazed by highlighter. They just think they should act that way, so they do. And it's just like, you know, come on. That said, this does look really nice. Beware, if you've contoured your nose though, this is going to show up your real nose bone structure. So just be mindful of that. So I've got this Makeup Obsession Pro palette full of things that I like, and I really enjoy this highlighter here called Moon. So I like to put that in the highest point of the cheekbone, kind of just quickly blend out the edges so it doesn't just look like a random strip on my face. But I think it's more effective if you don't put loads on, because then when it catches it, it's like, oh. Whereas if this was over my entire cheek now, my whole cheek would not be glowing like this. It would just be all the same brightness and potentially look chalky. Whereas that is much more effective when it catches the light. Wherever you want the tip of the nose to be. And maybe along the bridge, focusing more in between the eyebrows. I'm going to take my big powder brush and just quickly go over my nose like that, because I think it might just look a bit too, like, intense. And that just looks much nicer. So I'm going to do a brown lip. So I got a new lip kit from Revolution, again for Christmas. It's the Retro Lux Matte Lip Kit in Glory. Comes with a lipstick and a pencil. Quite a dark brown, but I think I'm going to like that. So I'm going to start off by suggesting where the lip's going to go. Yeah, this is a dark liner. So that's like, this is a technique I like to do. My mouth ends there, but I like to draw the ends of my lips in an up angle. It forces my mouth to look kind of smiley, and it just looks really good. But that is quite dark. I may fill it in with a lighter colour. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, that's dark. It's nice as, it would look nice still. It's not bad. I just don't think that'll go with today's look. This colour is a much lighter brown. Hello?
Hi.
What's up?
I'm on my way to you now.
Oh god, okay. Yeah, I've nearly done my makeup, so I'm like gonna be like another half an hour maybe.
That's fine, I've brought cans of cider and poppers.
Oh, great.
Bye.
Bye-sies. This lip looks much nicer. The lip line might be a bit dark. I look a bit goth. It's kind of fierce. I'm gonna take this. This is a much lighter colour. I'm gonna put this in the middle. And then some details. I'm gonna draw on some beauty marks. And I might clean up the lips with a concealer, but for now I am going to go and put my eyelashes on, put the wig on, and put my outfit on. So the makeup's done. Amazing. I'll be right back, hopefully. There's a chance I'm going to forget. If not, I'll be right back.
So guys, this is the finished look. You should include that bit.
There you go.
How'd you do this is what they do, isn't it? They're like...
Oh yeah, and you do the look up, and just saying, because I was filming and getting ready, and I was just talking just to myself apparently. And I was saying like, why is it every time someone puts on highlighter they have like an orgasm? How long have these people been doing makeup, and every time it's like, oh bitch, oh.
That's me! I do that! This is now footage that I will masturbate.
I will send you.
I hate it when they do that. Plump them up, bitch. They do this like...
Oh, for the thumbnails, like...
Yeah, like... but then they're like, oh my god, you guys, everything worked great. It all was incredible.
Then in the thumbnail, it's like, this is shit.
Yeah, like, my opinions, I will still watch. Your makeup looks really good.
Why? I think because normally I do like the wing as graphic, but see, I blended the wing into the eyeshadow.
You should do that more.
Maybe it's that.
You should put another pair of tights on. I can see everything. You're not going to keep the pants on. This is a really bad angle for me. I'd have my camera higher.
You look nice today. Yeah, what was the first thing you said to me? Oh, you look nice today. What the fuck?
Okay, bye.
Sure. Oh my god, as if you've got fucking lacy knickers on.
What?
A woman?
I'm a woman. I'm a woman. I can't wait to be fucked. You do not contour with that.
Yes.
Girl. Fahid and China bringing cat.
I'm not wearing this, but isn't this cute?
It's no.
Okay.
Oh, is MD what you do?
Sure. She's a fancy girl.
Wow. I just wish you'd learn how to block your eyebrows.
I've been trying. What? Fuck off with that face. I look stunning in a box.
Did you cut that with safety scissors on?
Right, listen. I had a different shaped head when I did it, so once it's on my, it'll be fine.
I just hate bobs.
My mum was asking me, she was like, how did it go when you gave blood? And I was like, oh, I couldn't give blood. And she was like, why? And I was like, I just sore throat.
Do you actually have AIDS?
No, I have gonorrhea.
Do you still have that?
No, it's been gone for weeks, but I could.
Oh, at the time.
You have to wait 12 months.
Yeah. I think I might need to buy a new bottle. You and it's just not doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Okay, I lied. Shoot, whoa. Do you know? Fuck's sake, my phone doesn't know me. I just love it so much.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not even a whore. People have me all wrong. Oh, do you need to sit here now? I am prettier.
I hate having autism. That's true.
Put it in my kidney hole.
Put it in my fucking colostomy bag slit. I'm just high on the good vibes of life. And here's the finished look. In a rush. Going now. But, look at me in a bob. I'm into this. Look, we're matchy-matchy.
Wait. I look better. The belt is still the same though.
Oh my god, we're having a fucking sword fight! Oh. Mine's tighter. But subscribe for future videos, check out my channel for old videos. Check out my social media, it's in the description below, or just Ava Cassandra and everything.
And mine, Harlot X Fenty.
X Fenty.
Harlot X Fenty.
Harlot X Fenty. Harlot spelled Charlotte.
Without the C.
Which I thought was really funny. Turns out, she's just stupid.
And didn't know how to spell harlot.
I think that's all for me. Okay, bye.